feel this ancient power. Moment of birth. Witness my great undertaking.
Albedo in 2.0, what has changed and what do you need to know? We're going over everything here. 2 new weapons, maybe a new artifact set, or maybe a new artifact build. We're talking about the true hybrid Albedo build. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Let's touch on the most important things. First, is there a new artifact set build for you guys out there? Should you be using this thing right here, the magnificent Suba? Should you be going after the Emblemless Heaven Face set? I am going to go with a hard no on this one because you do not need that much energy recharge on Albedo. He only takes 40 energy. It's a 12-second cooldown. It is very nice, but you're not going to be hitting that 75% damage bonus. You're not stacking 300% energy recharge on Albedo, so forget about that. Now, the 2 sets you can still do, the old standby 2 pieces of Noblish Oblige for the 20% elemental burst damage, and 2 pieces are Archaic Petra. That's going to help you out a lot. Now, the set that I still love to run is Tenacity, the middle set. The 2-piece does nothing for him. 20% HP. No one cares about that. Not even him. That's why he's got his eyes shut. But the 4-piece set here, when your elemental skill hits an enemy, 20% attack for yourself and everyone else, and 30% shield strength for yourself and everyone else is fantastic. And yes, this does buff his own attack, which is very relevant because he's got 2 new weapons, and there's a 4-star and the 5-star weapon, and let's talk about those really quickly. These are fantastic options for you in the game. Now, the first one here, Miss Splitter Reforged. I know, Miss Splitter Reforged. Who would have guessed for Albedo you'd be using this weapon here? Now, why are you using this weapon? A couple of reasons. Number one, it helps you do that hybrid build because the base attack on this thing, you see it, it's 674. It is sky high. Not even Dwayne Johnson, the legendary skyscraper climber himself, could get this high from this attack. All right, it also has 44 crit damage, which is awesome. It's help out your E as well as your Q. That's gonna be fantastic. Then it also gives you elemental damage bonus. Now it gives you 12% flat, and then it gives you up to 28%. Now, it's very hard to hit 28% on this one with Albedo because in his own kit, that's not allowed. But let's talk about the first one here, and let's talk about how you can actually meet this requirement. So the first stack here is when your normal attack deals elemental damage. Albedo's doesn't, but what you can do is use someone like Chongyun. Use someone that imbues like Bennett C6, maybe on the fence for a while. That is something that you can do there. Do you have to do it? You do not have to do that. As you can see, the Bennett I'm using right now is C5 in the opening footage. Now, the other 2 here for him, very easy. The second one is from using your elemental burst, and this one lasts 10 seconds, which is amazing because Albedo's elemental burst has a cooldown of 12 seconds. So this is gonna give you that elemental damage bonus, not only for his elemental burst, but also for his E that's out on the field, and that's gonna be awesome. The other one here is if you have less than 100% energy on your elemental burst, which is gonna happen as you activate your elemental burst. So you're gonna get 16 here and then another 12 here. So you're looking at 28% elemental burst damage, which I do believe we should have active right now. Let's just pop this thing, pop this bad boy. I didn't hit anybody, and my stats for my geo damage is going to be 103% geo damage, which is a big whopper. We have 205 crit damage, and I need to work on my crit chance. Don't leave a comment about that, please. Nice elemental damage bonus, nice base attack, and you can kind of see my attributes right now, 1200. My Zhongli here is running a full 4-piece Noblest Oblige set with Bennett, with maybe, if you don't use Bennett, maybe you have Thrilling Tales of the Dragon Slayer on your Barber or something. But we have the 2,113 defense. Our attack is very, very low here right now. We haven't procced it yet, but check this out. We can increase this with in-combat buffs, such as the set that we're wearing right now. We're also using Noblest Oblige on another character, and you could be using Bennett, you could be using Thrilling Tales of the Dragon Slayer, Catalyst support. Any of those things you can use, and it's going to really, really benefit. So because your base attack is relatively high because you have that new 5-star weapon with 674 attack, your base attack matters a ton for these different buffs you're getting from like his own artifact set, from something like Noblest Oblige, from something like Thrilling Tales of the Dragon Slayer. So we can buff this into the moon. We're just going to yeet this comet off the cliff somewhere. That's cool. We're going to run up here, pop this, and we're going to have this do damage. Boom. And now our base attack is 2,397, and we still have 2,113 defense, which means that our procs are pretty procful. If we get a crit, 7k non-crit, which is usually like 23, 24k on a crit there, which is amazing. And that's how you can fulfill that true hybrid build. You're going to have higher base attack, elemental damage increase, and you will apply attack percent bonuses to what was basically his E build from before, a high defense build. Now you just have that high defense build, that high crit damage build, but now you have attack percent bonuses, which a high attack on your base attack And then on top of that, you have more elemental damage than before, over 100%. So it's going to take you through the moon. Now, another weapon that you guys can use here is the new weapon that is crafted. All right, you have to go do the quest for it, but this one here is going to be pretty amazing. Now, the old standby is still good, the Harbinger of Dawn. Maybe you don't like this weapon. Maybe you aren't good at keeping your HP above 90%. This one is very powerful. It is a gacha weapon, so maybe if you're newer to the game, right, you're getting Albedo, you're returning, you don't have any of these yet, that's fine. This is a good weapon, it's easy to build around. But this one here, the new craft weapon, has a very specific thing about it that helps you do that hybrid build as well. So it's got a slightly higher base attack, okay, but on top of that, it gives you attack percent. That's gonna help out your elemental burst, the damage when you plant your E as well. But on top of that, it has this new ability. So it's going to give you these things called succession seeds. After using elemental skill, you gain 1 succession seed. Each of these seeds lasts up to 30 seconds, and you can only trigger it once every 5 seconds. Now, when you use your elemental burst, you're going to gain energy back from each seed that you consume. So you can have up to 3 seeds. At refinement rank 1 here, you can see you get 6 energy a seed, so we get 18 energy back. So even at refinement rank 1, we're going to get back almost half of our elemental burst gauge, which is awesome because it means you can nearly drop all of your energy recharge on Albedo and build around this weapon, build attack percent, build defense percent, crit chance, crit damage, all 4 of them in there. If you can get those good artifacts and just have a swell time with it. It also is very awesome that it procs every 5 seconds. All you have to do is delay your elemental skill cast by 1 second. He's very, very, very well equipped to proc this weapon over and over. So take a look at that weapon, craft it up. If you're having a hard time gaining energy back for that elemental burst, this could be a fantastic weapon for you. A lot of the times you guys are gonna be okay because you're fighting 90 million enemies and Albedo's just sucking it up. But if you're fighting a single enemy, think about this one. It might be a nice weapon in your toolkit, and it's also just gonna be a good weapon on a lot of characters anyway. You're gonna find a use for this on somebody someday, maybe Albedo now. Basically, this thing's insane. It's one of the best weapons in 2.0 if you're having a hard time filling up your elemental burst gauge on your carries or your supports. Look for it. I don't personally need it right now because I have all my energy recharge stats and stuff, but this weapon is going to be incredibly powerful if you're having a hard time filling up that gauge and you're trying to dip your feet into this hybrid build for Albedo. As far as new teammates in 2.0 and Inuzuma's, anything really changing there? The only things that you can really think about are characters that can imbue your attacks if you're using the Mist Splitter. So maybe you want him more in a Bennett team now if you have C6 Bennett. Maybe if you're Chongyun Master, you want him in your Chongyun team now. Another teammate that's very good is actually the Electro Traveler, because just like that 4-star weapon we talked about, the Electro Traveler themselves is very good at filling up Albedo's elemental burst, so it allows you to just run like the Mist Splitter build and just drop all your energy recharge, or just any build. Maybe you're using just the old 3-star weapon. Maybe you're sticking with the Harbinger of Dawn. Drop all your energy recharge out and just fill Albedo's elemental burst up every 12 seconds with the Traveler. The fantastic thing. I've been farming dungeons with this, and I've just been using this team to go in there and just absolutely smoke the new domains, drop the rock, drop some more rocks, enemies dead, move on with your life. So definitely check all of that stuff out, guys. If you want to see more Genshin Impact stuff, leave a comment down below, hit a like for the algorithm, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.